What's up, everyone? My name is Homan. I'm one of the Forexia mentors. Today was NFP and all Forexia mentors gathered in a session. We had about 100 people live watching the session. Well, we're going to upload it on YouTube for you guys so you can enjoy if you miss the session. And let's not waste the time. Just please subscribe and like this video, share it to your friends, let them learn from us too. Let's get into it.
Pattern, and very important to understand. And most times, what you need to understand is that the ECR, the best ECR happens after what? An M, a W, a SIG, a reversal, right? So if there's no M, no W, no SIG, no reversal, could there be an ECR? That's like asking, could there be milk without cookies? You understand? It needs to have things in tandem in order to make it work, right? Now, if you just decide to take any cross of any moving averages, it's just that, a moving average cross. The real ECRs don't happen as often as you think, just as the real reversals don't happen as often as you think, right? And something to take note of here, if you're following my channel, the free channel, Unity Deep Dive, where I would actually share posts of trades that I take, students take, or whatever, I want you to take notice of how often you actually see me post the word or the acronym ECR on any of my trades. I want anybody to tell me how often do I actually do it. You know, you're going to realize it's not very often. Y'all understand?
Yeah, in chat, people says yes. Rare. Cool.
So yeah, what I'm actually thinking for all of these, like just from literally looking, like why we're doing this, USD XXX, so all the, so AU, I mean UCAD, UJ, USD, CHF, buys, GU, AU, EU, sells, gold, sells.
Right, that's
That's what I'm
exactly what
thinking.
I'm drawing.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, bro. Looks pretty much the same on my screen.
Yep.
Just I want to add something that I realized last couple of months, that there is a really delayed reaction on NFPs and major news where they basically move it in the next week. Basically, they trap everybody.
Yeah.
We did it. We saw it last month, and I actually
Yes.
told everybody that it could trap everybody in Friday and do it in the next week, which exactly what happened. So don't be surprised if everybody got trapped in the same exact area, and then you saw the pushing, Monday session changeover or during the Monday, whatever. Just be aware of it. Don't think because we're saying it, they're gonna be 45 pip candle down there. We don't know, right? So just want to let you guys know. That's about you. Let me quickly
Let's take a look at gold quickly for me,
sure.
bro.
There you go. You want me to draw this stuff or you want to draw it?
No, you don't need to. I just wanted to see.
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like gold could probably just pull back. I made a mention to something on gold, that gold last night, I said yesterday or last night, that gold could probably have a really aggressive uh sell, to get rid of all the buyers. But I digress. I mean, we'll see what happens, right? We literally have like 1 minute, 2 minutes.
And I will know everyone in the news, mainstream people are talking about buy gold now.
Yeah, I would say sell for sure.
So once they say buy, you know what that means.
Yep.
This is the definition of what the money do setup. So I know the gold is not in the states that you want to talk patterns really on it so far, but it is still there. Problem, reaction, uptrend, resistance became support. If they go up, market maker will lose money. And
Yep.
notice for the couple of hours, price broke HDMA, DMA, which is 48.96, everybody knows. And when price break them and then fail to break back up, keep respecting it, to me, that's the, you can say that price might want to go further down, because if you want to go up, it will break it up and consolidate above it, just like here, which really close to Brandon entry. Well, close, I mean, in terms of looks, right?
Yeah.
Consolidation, resistant, push. And now we don't see that. We are seeing the opposite. So that's, to me, I think it's down. News is out. Let me quickly go over.
Bye. Bye. Bye, good. Bye-bye.
Buy buyers. All right, so nothing really on EU yet. GU kind of playing around. Let me quickly see NU. NU also, I was thinking of a buy since yesterday, but from a day before, I was thinking of a sell. Didn't happen. So we're gonna stick to our buys here. Yeah, the confirmation, honestly, not really good for me, but if this candle leaves some sort of weak around here, that would be great. They say UJ flying, let me see. Yeah, kind of, let me see. Yeah, that's 20 pip up.
Basically, XXX USD sells and USD XXX buys. UCAD.
UCAD playing around.
Playing around. All right.
Yeah, so I can add this to it's something that I saw a lot of times happen. So basically in the USD CAD right now, guys, who can tell me what the state of the market you see it's there? Is it a major move or is it induction? Who can tell me in the chat? Induction. Great. At least that's what we know for now. It can't be the actual reversal, since we can see, you know, the way retail trader be trapped down here, and if price push up, all people below that got in a sell down here will be basically out. However, we don't have the order book. We don't know if enough sellers is trapped here to buy. We got the first DMA cross here. So this is what I wanted to mention. Price came and approached WMA. Based on what you see, what happens when price reach WMA? This is for us is indication that probably it's end of induction and price can basically go away to the major direction again. And for times like this, when that news event is right where price is at this WMA, you can expect a lot of times, for example, UJ pushing up, you can see UCAD pushing up, but after that candle close, UCAD is a weak and UJ is continue going up. So you don't start buying UCAD because UJ is going up. I saw it in, actually, I think it was free community of Forexia, someone asking about correlations. I know Brandon already answered. I want to just cover it. So you don't do that because they can use the news to stop hunt on the UCAD and use it for the major move on UJ. Okay. So
Yep.
that's my 2 cents here. Oh, someone drawing on a screen. Let me disable it. All right, so guys, in the chats, we are almost all mentors of Forexia are here. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Elvin's new book is out. Make sure to check it out.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep, just go to elwincoleman.com. We'll have it in the academy very soon.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, I was looking at UCAD, like if I think it has to. I was thinking it's going to go up and violate this downtrend line. Like even if it wants to continue down, I was thinking it was going to potentially get a few more buyers trapped. But I didn't see the structure today on this one either. This is why I stayed away.
Right.
But I will say, if you zoom out on the maybe like 4 hour, it's just very clear that this was an obvious support area, and then they trapped under it. So that's why I speculated a lot of sellers were going to be trapped down there on UCAD.
Definitely. And well, I will ask this from Dylan because he usually have this he talks more about days of the week. Dylan, I had a question from someone and he said, I'm going to trade NFP today because I had a couple of losses in the week. I'm trying to get back all my losses on Friday. What do you have to say to people who's trying to get their losses back on a Friday?
Whoa.
Well, I mean, I guess it all depends on the person, you know. As we know, like Sunday, Mondays, and Fridays normally are the days that kind of spend in consolidation or trapping the retail traders or the masses in the opposite direction of the intended move the next day or the next week. So in this case, I mean, a lot of times, for example, like you said, bro, NFP will actually induce or make an induction move to then move the next week. So like NFP is like a trap, and then the next week they'll move against the trend that they made the previous week. So I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend, like, if you feel like you need to make the money up because you had a few losses and you're just trying to get into a position because of that, don't do it. But like if you're actually sitting down NFP and you see a setup, you had a few losses in the week, but the setup looks good for NFP, sure, go ahead, trade it. You know, we say, at least I personally, I normally say, only trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's my days that I normally trade. Now, that is exception. There's an exception with that with NFP Friday. So, as we know, the Forexia crew almost always trades NFP Friday. And that's because a lot of times there will be like a slow moving market or not many setups during the week. And then on NFP Friday, like they'll be trapping the high the entire week. And then NFP Friday, they'll spike to the high one last time. And that's when they'll make the reversal. So sometimes, there won't even be a good setup the entire week until NFP. So, I mean, it's more of like a personal choice. If you're not good or if you're just starting Forex, you're not really good at news, you don't really know much about it, I wouldn't suggest trading with large lots. I would, however, suggest trading it at least with 0.01s, just to, get yourself suited, get yourself comfortable with trading.
Right. That's great.
Yeah, I would just add, it always alarms me when a student says that they're trying to make something back, or they're this much in the hole trying to make it back. And it always reminds me of someone in Vegas when they're losing their money and then they keep gambling and they're saying they're trying to make it back. And then it always reminds me of what Brandon say. Brandon say, when you are taking trades, if you lose a trade, really you're donating to the market, you're giving an apple, and then later you're gonna get a bunch of apples. But conceptually, I think it's a fine difference where you don't try to make something back. You lost it. Like, you've given that money to the market, you're making new money. So just having that mindset where you can let go of what you lost and focus on what you're trying to get, and where you can let go of that trade, it's a freedom in that. So don't try and make it back. Just make that money.
That's
And
absolutely
if
right.
you lost during the week and you see a setup on Friday, I would agree with Dylan. It does come down to the trader, because you have to have that mental toughness to, take those losses, come back Friday, make a good decision, but don't come back out of a desperation because the week is ending, because so many times you'll end up even in a worse hole, and you're gonna start hating yourself and all that stuff. So don't do it.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to bring you guys' attention to something here that it's kind of not new. I knew it, but it was kind of in your face, right? So, oh, Brandon is muted. My bad, bro. I didn't mute you. All right, should be good now. Bro, you want to add anything before I start the next thing?
To me? Oh yeah.
Uh,
Okay, just quickly, I saw somebody ask a message, what is the best session to trade? So I'm gonna answer that question with a question for the person who asked, what is better, chicken or beef? Be honest, what is better, chicken or beef? Chicken or pork? It depends on the person, right? It depends on the person. It's the same principle. Because I could tell you Asian session because I like Asian session. But Human might say New York. Dylan might say New York. Alvin might say London. Mark would say London for sure. It depends. It's dependent on your trading style and what it is you like. And same thing where some people might not even be able to eat pork. Some people might not like chicken. It's dependent on the individual. There is no one definitive answer. Yeah?
yep.
Yep.
Someone said, but I feel like London moves more.
Well, London is the session known for the move, and you are correct about that. This is personally why I trade Asian, because I'm trying to capture the move of London before London even begins. Because as we know, Asian happens before London. In other words, I'm trying to catch the knife before the knife even leave the counter.
Would you agree that, a part of your trades can be into the, if you put it in a daily structure, it would be the breakout.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's very
Yep.
important, guys. That's why he's in Asian. And London moves, but there is something about to happen before London. And he's taking advantage of that. He's taking the breakout, he's out. And if you just got a signal after his screenshot, which I did a lot of times, you be burned, my friend. You be burned. Because he get into the trade in consolidation, get out after breakout is done, then would be an M or W complete reverse. He's not in it. He's in fact probably in his mechanic at the time, right? Because he
Yes.
made money already, so he's spending it. While you are trying to catch what Brandon did, and you're gonna fail. So keep that in mind. I'm his
Yep.
students. I know whatever you go through. I know. I wanted to say that it's not for these students. He always answered the question with question, because his point is that there is a logic behind it that you're not paying attention to. So
Correct.
you ask that question to bring your attention into that logic. And when you understand that logic, you're never gonna make that mistake again. I really like that way. So this is my observation, guys, from past couple of weeks. And you can see this is 2 weeks of push in GBP USD, followed by a week of consolidation. And then we had 2 more weeks of rise, followed by a week of consolidation. So if you saw last week, GBP pairs moved somewhere about 300 pips and you didn't get any, you're not going to come back next week to catch it. Okay, you have to always pay attention that what gonna happen to dealer. You see 250 pips move, another 300, 10 more pip to the upside is profit for retail trader, because just now is when all their confirmation is in line, so actually they can take the trade based on all their confirmation. I'm not sure if I can now. Yeah, I can't add the Fibonacci here right now. But if you draw a Fibonacci, trust me, there's gonna be a line down here, which one of these candles are respecting it perfectly. And
Yep.
you see that engulfing coming back to the channel, respecting that support. That thing doesn't happen in the market. And if it did, you're getting trapped. Notice it doesn't go high. It didn't break the high, so you can take profit. It only brought pending orders of buyers into the market using this little thing here. You want to go 5 minutes and see how that little thing looks? That's what it looks, an M formation. And that's multifractal nature of the market, where I went through all of it. Master Dylan has a full course on it. You got to check that thing out. But this understanding is priceless, guys. You want to see something in 1 hour and be aware of what it is in lower time frame without jumping on it. So to me, break and retest that happened in here of this consolidation in 5 minutes, all the scalpers are in the market. Go to 15 minutes, broken. Go to 30 minutes, broken. Go to 1 hour, broken. Go to 4 hour, broken. But notice, what is broken? This little zone I draw, like what effect does it have to the market? Who cares about what I draw? Who cares? It's about liquidity. So if market goes up 2 pips above this, what it's 10 pip, 14 pip was enough for the market maker to grab enough liquidity, so far can push it down 100 pips. And it's not done. I'm telling you, it's not done. It's gonna at least come back down, because if you bought it here at the 3rd touch of the trend line, well, 4th, and all that confluence is that gonna be there, where your stop loss is below that Fibonacci level that we mentioned, right? Below that support that we mentioned, right here is your stop loss. So expect market maker to come there, visit your stop loss. That's necessary. A big question for Dylan, bro. Says, I'm new around here. I just joined Forexia Academy in the past few hours. Oh, welcome, my friend. But I did run a signature trade yesterday. What? You just joined hours ago. You start trading signature trade? Come on. Don't do that. Like 300 plus hours video. Why are you trading right after that? Sorry, I'm not trying to be hard, but you got to study, man. You can't just go to the university, get that, get them, become their students, and then go start doing surgery. You can't. That's what you're doing. You gotta go through like studying material first. So while watching the 4-hour video, free video on the subject, I saw it setting up right in front of me, exactly the same pattern as Dylan was showing in the video at the time. So I draw the wedge and high bar, sell zone, etc., and waited. 7 UTC, it shoot up 32.5 pips in the zone. So I sold it with 20 pips stop and 50 pips target. Where is it? Okay, which is reached in about 4 hours. Today, I just sold USD JPY, again 20 pip stop and 50 pip target, 2% risk. How's that sound? That sounds perfect, bro. But I think along the way, over time, you're gonna have problem, because it's not just 1 or 2 or 3 signature trade you can find. I can show you screenshot I sent to Dylan that I marked and figured out 5 signature trade of a 1 single pair, which was USD CAD back to back, but I wasn't profitable that time. And that's a little what I just say about it. However, that's great you got it. Well, please go ahead and do a lot more. You just move your stop at break even. That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm not sure if Dylan is muted.
What Human is actually saying is it's not.
What'd you say, Brandon?
I think he muted himself. Let me
I think he got kicked out or something. There
Oh,
you
it's
go.
good.
Y'all hear me?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go.
I can hear you.
Right, yeah. What Human is saying is it's not a bad thing that you took trades right away and it's kind of working out. That's good. That's excellent. That means that you learn fast. But what what he's trying to say is you do, as he said, you don't go into the university and sit in one class and then basically try to apply. You sit in multiple classes and try to get all of the information, all of the data, put it together, and then try to make sense of it, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, or what can happen moving forward. You're going to find, like, you all of a sudden you just don't understand signature trades. And I'll tell you that because I have done this. All of a sudden you just don't understand signature trades, and everyone you take, you feel like, wow, why can't I get it? Right? Why can't I get it? It's because you don't understand variations, right? So what you would have been seeing all the time that would have been working would have been one variation. And as we know, in this industry, there will always be variations of setups. Dylan talks about this all the time, that the M's and the W's have variations of them. Sometimes it's a really aggressive stop hunt, sometimes it's exact, sometimes the second leg doesn't go all the way up. There are variations, and we need to learn how to see them and treat with them accordingly, right? And if you just start to trade like right there, even if it is you said you were trading before joining the academy using the free material, trust me, the free material is nothing compared to what you get when you join the academy, right? So what I would advise, and this is just me personally, and this is what I do for my students, right? What I advise is, I like when students do one-on-ones with me, I put them on a ban. You cannot you cannot put in new information into the brain when you still have old information in there. I use this analogy all the time. When you're changing your engine oil, you have to get rid of the old engine oil in order to put new, fresh, clean oil. So you have to stop, get rid of all of the old information, and then replenish your brain with new, clean, fresh information that works. So if you want to take my stupid advice, bro, study a little more before trying to apply. It'll make a world's difference. That's just me personally.
Also, bro,
100% I agree.
just my 2 cents. So the signature trade is I mean, at first glance, it's something that looks so easy that you just want to jump into any triangle pattern and say, all right, this is probably a signature trade. And that's probably like the double-edged sword that everyone tries to fight, because it's not actually that easy. It's not just finding a triangle pattern or a wedge, right? There's so many different things that go into it, right? Trying to, what day of the week is it? What session are you trading? Did the wedge breakout to a high or a low, right? All of these different things, these are different confirmations to help you guys understand how the signature trade is created, how it's built up, the different confirmations, the different variations, the different variables inside of the signature trade, so that you're not just taking a wedge pattern. Because the wedge pattern is a retail pattern. It is a pattern that the masses see all the time. And we know these patterns that the masses use, sometimes they play out in favor for the masses. Because if they never played out in favor for the masses, then the masses would never trade them. However, there are triangle patterns that play out as continuation patterns. And a lot of times, these patterns do not have the confirmations that the signature trade reversal pattern has, right? So it's not just about looking for the wedge or looking for that breakout. There's so many more different confirmations that when we try to understand signature trade, we have to look for these different confirmations as well.
Yep. So we got Mark English in the house too.
Yo, Mark.
All mentors here, guys.
Yo,
Hey, bro. Yo, what's up, brother?
Hey, man. What's up, family?
Good, bro. How you doing?
Yeah. Hey, doing better than yesterday, man. Doing pretty good, man. You know,
I'm
just
glad,
took
bro.
yeah, man. I meditated all day yesterday and just kind of been out in nature. So other than that, you know, it's good to be in the same room with y'all. Been a while.
Yep, same, bro. Cool. We just went over NFP. Nothing really happened.
Yeah, and then it's been
reaction.
dry for some reason.
Looked like it might have just stopped hunted a little bit, induced a little bit. Now we're just continuing.
You guys feel like NFP has gotten really boring? Like last year or like 2 years ago, NFPs were awesome, you know.
Yeah,
What
we
is
used
going
to
on?
scream on the sessions like, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Nothing happened anymore.
Yeah, I remember when NFPs used to move like 100 pips in one candle. And
bro,
that was
I
like
remember,
NFP after
That's how I
NFP after
learned.
NFP.
bro,
UCAD
I
was so
remember
money.
there was one on UCAD that I caught, I think probably like almost 2 years ago. I don't know if Alvin would remember that one. Bro, that shit went like 200 pips in like one candle.
Wow. I
Hey,
actually remember, bro. I think I took it too.
Right.
If I remember right, I had a Forexia broker at the time and another broker where the other broker kind of took me out without even reaching my price in that trade, but the other one didn't. I do remember that actually.
Hey, I let me show one trade I'm in.
Go ahead.
But let me see. I think can I share my screen?
There we go.
Okay. All right. So it's not 100K account I applied for, so I'm just
You love
so
that CHF there.
I don't know your obsession with CHF, honestly.
It kills them, man.
No, I don't have an obsession with CHF. It just happens to be it. I don't know
You're
why.
really good at them.
Yeah. Maybe I just don't like all that extra stress in my life, you know? It's steady, it moves like a turtle. So I kind of have here a buy, really taking long to set off, you know? So I'm not sure, but I think you guys can see that this is a support and resistance zone, pretty much. And the reason I took it at the time, because, you know, this formed an M formation. And it kind of, what do traders wait on when they see an M formation? They wait till, you know, the neckline of the M is broken, you know? So I was thinking at the time, right here, because it broke this nice M pattern at that resistance, I was thinking that it, you know, it would have had a liquidity pool up here, you know, but it's not really moving like that. I thought it would at least have moved at least 30 freaking pips, man. Come on, you know. So I don't know. As of now, I don't know. It still could be. You know, I don't just kind of jump to the conclusion that, you know, you have to hit my stop loss for me to be wrong. So what I do see possibly here is maybe kind of this here, I see this as in kind of like in a what that thing called? An ascending wedge, you know? So maybe they're gonna do this, and hopefully they miss my stop loss, and then maybe something like that. I don't know. In my opinion, you know, this could have been in a buyer trap induction, but because I see another trend line that's been broken, I don't know. I believe that that could get
I mean, I
more.
could definitely see sellers being trapped underneath where your stop loss is, basically, because you know they would have been buying off of that area. Now they got caught under there. So I think it makes perfect sense where your stop loss is, because if that area is broken, then you were wrong where you speculated trap liquidity would be. Or trap sellers would be.
And maybe because Howard came and touched that as a support, you know, that's the only thing I don't like, but whatever. If it hit my stop, it's all right.
Would you close before the weekend if you're still like in, you know, consolidation?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's still 9 a.m. So New York, I don't know. New York, it might just do a quick shift. I'm hoping it do. I'm literally only going for 30 pips. Jesus, you know. So yeah. So yeah, that's all.
Let me add something to what you're saying here, Mark, right? And you know, you say that you're only going for 30 pips, right? And that's good, right? I think it's so important to, you know, have at least a goal. Now, I know that this sounds weird coming from me, because I'm not sure if Human and Elwin use take profit levels. I know you do. I'm not sure if Dylan does, but I think everybody knows that I don't, right? I don't ever have a target, because I believe in maximizing the reward while minimizing the game, right?
Yeah.
But I think that does not work for everyone, right? It's actually more reactive to, or you need to be more reactive to be able to do what I do, right? Effectively, at least, right? Where you trail your stop loss and keep holding it, right? But at least you know what you're about. Meaning you know that you want 30 pips and that's what you will be happy with. Your account will be happy with that. And that's fine. Right? I think it's so important to know what we want from our accounts and the trades that we take. Because for me, my thing is to grow as much as possible by taking the least amount of risk, but by making the most amount of reward. Right? But not everybody wants that. And I think that is so important. Not everybody wants to be able to literally maximize the gain. Some people are actually just fine with 30, 40, 50 pips.
And that's actually why I do the twin positions like I learned with Mark, because I like to secure that initial risk. It helps my mind to just know, like, okay, I risked 10 pips. I took 20 pips with half my position. So that's a 1-to-1. And now I have a free trade. And then when I leave my runner, I'm able to really let it breathe with that peace of mind, like without fear, man. And I disliked when, say, I go up 20 pips and let me just leave it room, and then I leave with nothing at break even, and that would mess with my mentality. But like if I just got secured my 1-to-1, I'm just good. So I want to thank you, Mark, because you know twin positions really help my mindset, and I've taught a lot of traders it, and it's helped them.
Okay, yeah. I that's the only time I have a runner, you know. But I do it sporadically though, like on and off, you know. You know, with passing to get this big account besides the 25K one that I'm trading, you know, I'm happy with like about 2,000 to 3,000 a trade, you know. So I'm just happy with that.
Mark, Abid asked, would you say that a spike up into the liquidity pool already hit a stop loss of retail traders for a further move down? And I wanted to actually ask the same thing, because I see that wick out of that wedge to the upside could bring a lot of buyers to go down. And if yes, would you close?
Definitely. It definitely can, man. It would have been better if it was a full candle. So the reason I'm just gonna just let it do its thing is because it's still closed below this trend line, you know?
Yeah.
The fact that it closed as a wick, and again, we could watch me get stopped out right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a big difference to me, bro. Like if that was a full green candle, then I probably would have closed it.
So you're
You know.
saying candle formation can be manipulated during a heavy consolidation?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. And it's sketchy to me too how, again, like, I mean, they just ain't showing sellers profit like that yet. So I don't know. I'm not just gonna run away from the trade, because when you look at it here, they trapped buyers here like literally last week, bro. You know?
Yep.
But I don't know. So that's another reason why I think it's worth me getting stopped out of it to try and hold it, you know. Some trades are worth getting stopped out because I don't know, you know, it's gotta be worth the risk sometimes, man.
I wanna
I don't.
add something very quickly to what you just said there, Mark. And I don't think I think you know, but I don't think you know how powerful what you just said there is. Right?
Yeah.
My friends, again, take Brandon's stupid advice. Please use a stop loss. If you don't use a stop loss, how do you know when you are wrong? How do you know? People say to me all the time, well, it went 50 pips against me. So, well, yeah, I think I might be wrong. What if
You blow your account.
you wouldn't enter and it took that 50 pips was the entire account, right?
Then they are wrong.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
means that you're wrong, but look at what you paid for it. You all know that meme with Thanos from the Marvel MC universe, right? What did it cost? It cost everything, right? You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy, because we make fun of those guys who literally do that and risk their entire account so that they can get one trade. When you are trading with a stop loss that is utilized effectively, I'll tell you, you know when you are wrong. Listen, for me, I know when I am wrong almost immediately, and it helps me. All right, it helps me. But when you don't utilize a stop loss, how do you know when you are wrong? How do you know? What is there? Is there somebody coming in and telling you? Is there the dealer actually coming knocking on your door? Yo, you were wrong on this. There's no one to tell you that. The market is there and it will tell you when you are wrong. And that's why Mark said, he said that it'll be good if it does stop him out. I mean, obviously it'll be bad because they'll lose money, but it'll be good because then he can use it as a learning experience. It's not losses, it's lessons. Very
Yep.
important, my friends.
And you gotta be okay with being wrong, because I know the people the students I work with who be pulling their stop loss back all the time,
Oh my God.
they got a problem with just being wrong. And that's what I'm telling them. Like, it's okay. Like, you want to find out you're wrong sooner than later instead of just, praying.
Can I add something too?
Yeah.
Of course.
This is something that I really agree with it, and I heard a lot of people have this problem. The problem is being close enough. I don't understand when people say the setup was close enough to a signature trade, close enough to an ECR. It was close to a safety trade. There is no close enough. There is an area or DMA or EMA that has to be stop hunted or rejected, and then you can take the entry. Like, there is no something like close enough. And I would say that's literally fear of missing out. If you think the setup is close enough to what you want to get, and then you don't wait for it fully form, you are just having fear of missing out and you getting in.
You're guessing.
You're guessing, yeah. So don't do that, guys. If we say we need a second leg stop hunt or FU candle to the M, to the high of the day, or Brandon, I'm gonna go back again to the gas tank example where he says you have to wait for the gas tank to finish, to be full, so they can actually move again. There is no like, oh, I actually tried to mention it when Mark was showing that weak candle where I said, so candle formation can be manipulated during consolidation. So price is going up and down in 20 pips. And then you're like, oh, I saw that as a rejection to the DMA because it hit the DMA and came back up. That's close to rejection, coach, right? No, there is no close enough. The only thing that is that absolute rejection or absolute stop hunt. Just like Euro USD example, I told you guys, I waited for 1 hour. When closed like that week, it confirmed for me to go down because now nothing is close enough. It's there. So I can take it. So just wanted to add this in this great session, honestly. So I'm learning a lot.
Hey, Human, definitely, by the way, I like your setup with the mic and stuff like that.
I know.
Thanks, bro.
but
hey, unmute Dylan, by the way.
I did it.
Okay. It's one thing that I learned. This has ruined me more than any other thing in my whole trading existence. Like it's just not allowing the trade to do its movement, its run. It's when you tamper with it too early, that I think that's it. If I didn't do that, I would have been much further in this, in the sense of on a whole nother level financially, because when you start to be a quote unquote good trader, good execution is literally just a small part of the game, because when you learn how to actually manage the account and not adjust your stop, for example, if you think it's a buyer trap or a trap out of zone, you should wait until that zone is fully broken with a strong candle before you adjust your stop, because market makers use psychological levels as areas to constantly do momentum candles. And, what I find is if I just didn't do anything and I allowed one trade to stop me out by not tampering with it, the next trade and the next trade and the next trade by not touching it, because sometimes, like I say in the past, like every trade is different. Some trades bring euphoria because it goes like it hits your TP directly. Some just consolidate there for a while and it kind of messes with your mind. Others just go immediately in the opposite direction. So it's like each trade has its own peculiar behavior. And I think you have to respect each trade almost like how you respect different human beings. Like
Bro,
how
I
you
would love a full course on this because this is really hitting home with me.
Yeah.
Bro, I literally see this all week. I've been seeing that all week. Like,
Wow.
you respect each trade. Like, listen, who has been in a one-on-one with me this week? Can you just show quickly in the chat if anybody was in a one-on-one with me here this week? I think I have said that to everyone I have been in a one-on-one with this week, that you respect each trade like you treat different human beings. They have different personalities. They have how they would react to situations. And I think that is so powerful, right? And if it is you would just stop and try to understand how this pair, this trade operates in tandem with what you are doing, how it reacts to what you are doing, you will get to realize it's basically just like human nature, humans communicating with one another. I say this all the time, and I ended my note here on this one. Those candlesticks are a language. They are a language. And once you understand how to speak that language, it's all uphill from there, my friends.
I need to
It's
play
all
this for
uphill
what you
from there.
just said.
Yeah.
It was so good, I had to do it.
Yo, Human's got the entire setup in there, bro.
Yeah, bro, I got a new DJ.
Yo, he's got the air horns. He's got everything, yo.
Yeah, I'm fully
Oh.
ready.
That's
No,
funny.
it was really important. Canvassing story is one thing. I just go there. I never come out of it when I talk. It's crazy. Every one of them, no matter what time frame it is telling you something. It's
Yep.
just, it is what it is, right? I just want to get to the chat. Someone said, I think, where is it? Close enough is like being slightly pregnant. That's really right. So someone said, I have blew more than 5 accounts. Welcome to the game. I did 22 before I learned
I
how
did
to
17.
manage my risk.
I
Not
did
even
17.
learning to trade. Like I did 22 to learn, oh, there is a thing called risk management, and I got to.
That's part
I
of the
have actually a
game.
screenshot of being in a trade in won a lot in a gold trade with $350 account. And
Oh my God.
that I have it in front of me a lot of time to remember those bad and dark days for me, where I would just get in a trade, lose all my money less than 5 minutes, and be like, what happened again? So now I know. Abid says, one thing I lack is putting a stop loss at break even too early, but improving on it now. I just want to add to what Mark said. Personally, I use moving averages, and I know Brandon also does. So to me, going break even early, it's not an important thing. If I get out, definitely I have another chance to enter, maybe 2-3 pips up or lower, doesn't matter. But if your method allows you to have multiple entry when it's going, then definitely I would say take chances, risk free it. If you got out, take another chances. Why you go break even? Because you take a risk free trade. And if
Let
you
me,
go out,
I want to add something, Human, not to
go
cut
ahead.
you, sorry.
Go ahead.
Right? Let me make something very, very clear here today. Stop moving your trades to break even too soon. Why are you, as he just said, you're moving your trade to break even so that it can be risk free. But risk free and reward are two completely different things. You know that when you enter the trade, automatically, whatever your stop loss was, that is your risk. If you feel like you need to move your stop loss to break even too soon, it's because you are risking too much and it is affecting you psychologically, right? If you again listen, everything I do is as transparent as it could be, right? Go in Unity deep dive again and use what I am telling you here as a guide, as a marker. You're gonna realize that a lot of the time when I send a screenshot, the trade is 50, 60, 80 pips in my favor, but my stop loss is only 10 to 15 pips in profit. It is because I am not waiting for price to go 10, 15 pips in profit, then to move my trade to break even. It's not ready. It means that you are doing it too soon. A lot of it, and I say this a lot of the time. So many times we are closed out too early because we just want to move the trade to break even so that we could say, right, we risk free. It doesn't matter. But then when you're risk free, it also means that it can basically surrender your potential reward because you're moving too fast. That's like getting into a relationship with a woman or a man. It doesn't matter, man or woman. You get into this relationship, and as soon as you get into the relationship, you say, right, I finally catch one. Aha, I have you. Right, marry her now, and that is it. Let me tell you, relax. If it is you do it correct, and you get to know this person correct, and they are for you, in other words, if the trade is working and it is going to go in your favor, relax. Slow and steady wins the race. You will make the money. It's just a matter of time. And woman, I'm coming back to something you said, right? This is one of the only industries that pays you to wait. It pays you to be patient, right? Just wait. if it is going to take you out, it will take you out. And it means to me that if it takes me out, it means that I was wrong. If I was wrong, accept it. I'm going to accept it. If I was right, I'll trail and I'll trail and I'll trail. Do you know how many times I could have that same gold trade, 1 to 160 risk to reward ratio? That is a personal best on my behalf, right? I could have been taken out on that multiple times, but I had to trail the stop loss in such a way that it would allow me to stay in the trade, all right? And it is not, it's like I'm not trying to, constantly see, just I need to trail this. I need to get this money. Relax. Too many times we are taken out at break even because we want to be risk free, but you know that when you enter the trade, whatever your original stop loss was, that should be the risk that you are willing to lose. That is
Yeah.
so
And I was just gonna add, like, the price action is set up in such a way that, when you move too fast, it's just gonna stop you out. And you know how we always say it takes the stairs, not the elevator.
exactly.
Man, after watching price so much, I know the market maker does this on purpose, and so many people are doing it.
Oh yeah, GJ, bro. Like literally, let me go actually in trading view and share my trading view, because GJ was a definition of coming back to hit your stops yesterday. This candle, let me go to 15 minutes. Yeah, this candle right here is to hit your stop if you went break even. See, going down, 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 boom. Hit you at break even, because trust me, very low amount of people are in here. They're getting in after what they literally made it for you, engulfing. So if you enter right after it and you are going to break even, your stop loss is here. Notice where they came. Bam. Then right back down. And I personally, I wait for this to happen, then go break even. So once this candle closed, I went break even. I wait to see this, because I know it happens every damn time. You see, again, it's right here. If you got in anywhere after this bullish candle, you will be out by this or blown away, one of these options, and then it goes up. So again, it's really, I completely understand and accept what Brandon is saying. Don't think we are saying two different things. It's just matter of, if you're losing too much and your trade not going 60, 70 pip, you're failing to identify that great place that will keep pushing it, then you can go ahead and, risk free it, so avoid losing so much. It's just the way it is. Personally, I'll wait for that break even stop hunt, if you should say, and then I break even. So
Think about it like this, right?
Exactly.
Think about it like this.
Close that.
Let me just add this, right? You have a trade and you enter, let me use me as an example here. I enter a trade and I have a 10 pip stop loss, right? Original 10 pip stop loss. And I enter this trade. And as it goes 15 pips in my favor, I decide to move the trade to break even. The reason why that might not work is because, one, it might not mean that the trade necessarily has decided on the direction being in my direction. And then I am moving my trade to break even after only 10 to 15 pips. The problem with that is it's basically one-to-one risk to reward. I'm basically telling myself, you know what? I'm so afraid of it hitting my 10 pip stop loss that I want to make sure that no matter what happens, I'm not losing anything. But it is, as I just said,
Sorry, scared money don't make money.
exactly. And it is as I just said. If it is, you allow the trade to do what it has to do, right? And I think you said that, Elwin, not too long ago. Allow the trade. No, Mark said it. Allow the trade to do what it has to do. Allow it to be itself, right? You're gonna realize more times than not, if you are correct, the trade will allow you to trail it very easily. But when you force it, Listen, anything that is forced is not good, right? Let's be real. If you have to force anything to happen, it's probably not meant to be.
Guys, this was one of
Brandon,
the
can I ask you one question real quick?
Sure.
So sometimes I'll see you do these Asian setups and you'll get in accumulation, you'll get out like in 10 pips or like 5 pips, and you're like, yep, I made all this money. Like, how do you know when to play it like that and when do you let it breathe? You know?
Right. So a lot of the time, if I am manually closing, it's because either I think that there's some kind of news event that is probably gonna F shit up coming, and I feel like I don't want to take the risk, and maybe I'm too busy to, sit down and really trail it manually. Because let's be real, to trail a trade manually, you have to babysit, right?
Right.
You have to babysit. I say this all the time. I don't like to babysit, meaning I don't like to come back and have to check on it and check on it. But if you're trailing anything manually, you have to babysit. If I am closing it closing it manually, sorry, meaning I decide, here's what, I don't want to trail, I want to close it. It's probably because I am seeing something, some kind of manipulation, some kind of shit coming, right, that I really don't want to deal with. But most times, and I think you can admit this, most times I don't close manually. I would let the trade
Yeah.
take me out in profit by virtue
It's only
of
a handful of times, and I wonder like why you would do that. Thank you, bro.
basically because of if I'm seeing incoming manipulation, I find like maybe a news event, especially like NZD news. NZD news is something that a lot of the time I'd be like, you know what? I'm in a NZD trade right now, is in like 25 pips profit. I'm actually kind of happy with that, to be honest. I don't really feel like I need more based on whatever lot size I would be using at the time. I don't feel like I need more. I'll close it manually, right? And then a lot of the time you're going to find that when I do close it manually, it goes exactly against me, meaning it would have taken me out.
Yep.
right.
I will agree to that.
I
That's
don't
why I'm like, damn, how
remember.
did you know?
Yeah, I don't remember any time Brandon says like I closed that trade myself.
Because it's so rare. It's like literally so rare. I don't do that very often. But when I do,
You know
yeah.
what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, brothers, they're about to head out, man. Good
All
stuff.
right,
Same.
cool.
Same.
Guys,
All
the
right.
Euro
Good to
USD.
see you, bro.
Yeah, peace out, bro. Guys, the Euro USD, GBP USD, as we mentioned here, playing out perfectly. Euro USD was basically what I was looking at it. I'm just a little pissed that I didn't get any entry, nor yesterday, not today either. But it is what it is. We know what's about to happen for the whole week, and that's what matters. Money always will be there. You don't have to push yourself to make it. For me, today was no trading from yesterday. I knew I don't want to trade today. So if you
Yeah.
took any trade, you are in a great profit. So enjoy.
Yep.
If you guys don't have to add anything else, we can close the session. We're in over 1 hour, so I think it's pretty good.
Nope.
Nothing?
Just would add audio, check audio when y'all back test, and note how like AU made the structure during yesterday's odd news. And those are those trades where you'll see Brandon get in and he'll hold it through NFP and he'll be good. So just want y'all to note how like odd high impact news preceding NFP can affect structure. Just note that. Oh, and then lastly, let me plug the book, Win Life Signature Trade,
You
at
want to share your screen?
elwincoleman.com.
Plug,
Yeah,
plug,
let
plug.
me go ahead and pull it up. Gotta plug it for the week that it's out. And we do have we have 30% off if you use the code Forexia with the exclamation point. So then we got bundles up there and all that. So just head over to elwincoleman.com and they'll send you the book right to your email. We got one-on-ones and all that good stuff. So and yeah,
All right,
that's
guys.
it, guys.
I don't have anything else to add. I'm good. Guys,
Awesome.
enjoy your weekend.
I see Dylan also is out of the session for some reason. So let's close it off. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Elvin. And
Thanks,
thank
bro.
you, Forexia family. We're going to see you again next week. Bunch of other webinars. And We'll see you there. Peace out.
Yep. Peace out, guys.